There's no question that bathrooms can be one of the scariest places in any house. There are all sorts of things that could go wrong. You could slip and fall and hit your head, knocking yourself out and passing out on the cold, hard floor. And that's not even mentioning the possibility of flooding or electrical shock. On top of this, you have to worry about intruders. It's not all that rare for people to get a break-in while they're re-showering or using the toilet. However, there is one place in the bathroom where it's possible to hide from an intruder, so long as you know where to look. Let's take a look at where exactly that spot might be. Welcome back. I'm here with 5 scary videos. Today we're answering the question, where does he lurk? If you love scary stories, creepypastas, and all things that go bump in the night, then stay tuned because I bring you new videos every single day. If you've ever watched Criminal Minds, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. One of the best parts of that show is the unsubs and the profiling, and how the team manages to catch these serial killers before they strike again. But there is one unsub that has managed to stick in fans' minds, and that's the Faceless Man. This unsub had a particular way of going after his victims. He would find a person, usually a woman, and abduct them. Then he would take them to his home, which was always clean and orderly. Once there, he would remove the victim's face using acid and other tools, then keep them captive. Sometimes he would torture them, sometimes he wouldn't. But either way, he always kept their bodies preserved, so that he could look at them and eventually use them as his own vessel. And the only place that he hid until he was finally caught was behind the shower curtain. Now, of course, this is just a TV show. That doesn't mean that something like this couldn't happen in real life. Even though it might seem like something out of a horror movie, there are plenty of cases of men who keep women against their will in their homes. And if you don't believe me, I suggest you Google some of these cases. But don't do it while you're at work. And it isn't all that unlikely that a person would try to hide their face. In fact, there was a case not too long ago of a guy who tried to purchase acid online and have it shipped to his home. When the package arrived, it didn't look like acid, so he contacted the seller. The seller told him to drink it, and that's when he realized it was actually poison. And in his haste to call for help, he poured it over his face, horribly disfiguring himself. Now, this wasn't a case of a man trying to make himself into a woman, but you never know. Even if you don't live in fear of being abducted by an evil killer, there are still other reasons that you might want to hide in your bathroom. Let's say there's a burglar in your house. What should you do? Most people would tell you to hide in the closet. It's probably the safest bet. But what if the burglar goes to your closet first? They might hear you in there and decide to investigate. So hiding in the bathroom could be your next best option. Specifically, you should hide behind the shower curtain. In general, most burglars aren't looking for people to harm, although that does happen. Usually they're just looking for valuables and electronics to steal. Why? Because they can sell those things. That means that they know that other people will want them. That also means that they know that other people will be willing to pay good money for them. That's why it makes sense that they would and really care to go around looking for people in their homes. They'd rather just grab what they can and run. Of course, there are plenty of criminals who don't think twice about hurting someone to get what they want, but you have to leave those people to their own devices anyway. So there's a good chance that hiding behind the shower curtain would be enough to save your life. And you have a better chance of staying hidden in the bathroom than anywhere else. Closets are dark, so it's easier for someone to sneak up on you. Hallways have echoes. If the burglar is quiet, you might be able to hear them coming. On top of this, bathrooms tend to have doors that close properly. Unlike closets, a door might not shut all the way, meaning the burglar might check it out. A door on a bathroom, however, will pretty much always stay closed unless you open it. And since most bathrooms aren't used all that often, a burglar might not think to check there. Hiding behind the shower curtain has another advantage too. Shower curtains are designed to hang in a way that prevents anyone from peeking over the top. It means that even if the burglar did come into your bathroom, they wouldn't be able to see you as long as you stayed behind the curtain. Of course, if they looked over the top, then they would be able to spot you, but that's unlikely. That means you have a good chance of surviving the encounter. And if the burglar doesn't see you, then you won't have to deal with whatever they have planned for you. Hiding behind the shower curtain could literally save your life. But there's one more reason that you might want to hide in your bathroom behind the shower curtain. And this reason is more of a survival tip. It's not necessarily that you're hiding from a bad guy, but instead you're hiding from the effects of an earthquake. Earthquakes are scary. No matter where you are when one hits, it can feel like the world is ending. You might have trouble keeping your balance, especially if the earthquake is strong. You might also have trouble thinking clearly, which can make it difficult to figure out what to do. But there are certain places in your house where you should never hide during an earthquake. The worst place to be is outside. If you're outside during an earthquake, then you're in danger of being struck by falling debris or having the ground collapse beneath you. The second worst place to be is in a doorway. Many people believe that doorways are the safest place to be during an earthquake, but that's not true. The shaking from the earthquake can cause the walls to collapse, trapping you inside. And it's not just walls that you have to worry about. Doorways can also collapse, leaving you trapped in a pile of rubble. The third worst place to be is under furniture. People think that hiding under a bed or a table will protect them from falling objects, but the shaking from the earthquake can cause the furniture to tip over, trapping you underneath it. Instead, you should try to get under a sturdy table and hold on to it until the earthquake passes. But if there isn't a table, then hiding in the bathroom can be a good second choice. If you're in the bathroom when an earthquake strikes, you should immediately turn off the water to prevent flooding. Then you should crouch down and cover your head and neck with your arms. After that, you should wait for the earthquake to pass. It's not a bad idea to turn off the lights as well, although if you can, you should try to get under the sink. The pipes under sinks are usually reinforced so that they can withstand earthquakes, meaning that even if water starts leaking from the taps, you shouldn't be injured by falling debris. And if the earthquake hits when you're in the shower, then you should do the same thing. Cover your head and neck, but try to stay in the shower stall. That way you'll be protected from falling debris, but you'll also be less likely to slip and fall. The bottom line is that if you're ever in the shower when an earthquake hits, you should hide behind the shower curtain. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Do you hide behind the shower curtain? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're not already subscribed, then be sure to subscribe now. I can't wait to bring you more scary stories.